With those words, the next World War will break out 5 minutes before I end the stream. Well, as I said, and as the developer Clash has often said, you do not want to be in a player war when a session ends. Because of the constantly shifting nature of the diplomatic game, you will suddenly find yourself at war with other players. Someone needs to break up Ming, probably best to have Japan as the war leader of the alliance because Ming can't roll over Japan with a huge army, which is... They did everything right. They declared war on Ryukyu, which meant that Ryukyu was the war leader and you were getting war score for holding an island. But they didn't use their navy. Like, Ming's navy was just sailing around going blah 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 blah. Like, if you get blockades, that means Ming loses mandate. You kill their navy, that means they lose economic power. You blockade them, that means they suffer war exhaustion and therefore rebellions, which means even less mandate. That's how you kill Ming. And especially when you had Yarkand in nibbling away at the other side and Mughals nibbling away at the other side, they had everything in place to do it. They just did not press their advantages. Like, Japan needed to use their navy. They needed to cripple Ming and start those rebellions going. I remember you trashing Ming in a single-player game as Japan. Yeah, it can be done. It just has to be done at sea. And Japan here has 2 military land powers to support him, especially the Mughals, who are freaking huge, and have actually cut off Yarkand, I just noticed. So the whole of Siberia is going to be the Mughal backyard. This is going to be a really scary Mughals. Like, I think people are not really seeing this. But then again, the Mughals have been super isolationist, so they've not been making the same kind of player deals the Commonwealth have. The really dangerous thing is going to be if the Commonwealth can persuade the Mughals to join them. They haven't yet, but they might. And if the Commonwealth gets trashed, the Mughals may see that as an opportunity to go against the Commonwealth. I don't know if they want to break that fragile alliance in that kind of situation unless they're absolutely certain the Commonwealth are done. But because the Commonwealth is so big, they have a lot of land to lose. Like, it's going to take probably 3 or 4 wars to do it, and every time the Commonwealth get destroyed in a war, the coalition forming against them is going to get smaller and smaller, because people are going to see them as a smaller and smaller threat. And their own priorities and their own focuses are going to move away from the Commonwealth. What would be really hilarious is if the Commonwealth can pull off an alliance with the Mughals and Ming. That would make me laugh so hard. I kind of hope it doesn't happen, because then nobody would declare war on the Commonwealth. But if I was playing as Helson, that's precisely what I would be trying to do. Meanwhile, in the south, let's have a look at Africa. We haven't looked at them for a while. Congo has not expanded any further. How's your aggressive expansion? Mutapa hates your guts. Busoga doesn't really care, and nobody else does. Like, I think I'd just be going war after war after war. They do have a truce for another 5 years. Okay, that's why they're not doing it. Fair enough. Mali. Oh, that's wrong map mode. I meant to look at diplomacy. There we go. I was like, have you lost Songhai as a vassal? No, they haven't. So Mali has really done an excellent job of consolidating their own areas. They have a border now pretty much with Ethiopia, pretty much with Andalusia. I think Mali is grown as large as they can. They just need to integrate Songhai and Kano and finish off the few colonies they could do, and then they need to start looking abroad. Congo, Mali, do you have exploration or expansion or anything like that? Yes, you have expansion, so they could absolutely go colonizing elsewhere. And they have started to do so. Although they may have gotten to East Africa a bit too late. Although what they could do is if Congo took out Mutapa and Kilwa, they could then sell one of these Kilwa provinces, or former Kilwa provinces, to Mali, which would allow Mali to expand further eastwards. They would struggle to get to Indonesia, though, because they're running out of jumping off spots. Although, do a deal with Portugal, or Malaya, or Ireland, and they could do it. There's still a fair amount of Indonesia to go. But would any of those colonial powers want to give another colonial power access to Malaya? That is a good question. Very slightly tempted to come into Cochin and try the full-on Horde aggro game. I suspect that Cochin are dead. And in fact, they're a vassal of Yarkand now. You could come in as France, though, Poet. France are without a player, and they really do need one before next session. They're protected at the moment, which is why they haven't been gobbled up, and they're still in a strong position. I'd love to see a French player. And France really is like the last major power that needs someone. I would say after that it's going to be difficult for new players to join.
And they are trying hard.
Yeah.
Did you see that? They declared on the Papal States expecting me to defend them with nobody else.
Oh. Well, they've been certainly going for a while. Where are the Papal States? Oh, they're up in the Netherlands.
Yeah, right next to it, yeah.
So you're not going to defend the Pope, even though you are the papist here. Shame on you, Austin. Shame on you.
I would prefer... I can always release Rome later.
I have to ask, how did you feel when Ethiopia took Warsaw?
Whatever. I was like, cracking up.
Ethiopia was by far the MVP of that war, because they took the whole of Sapmi, they were attacking Denmark, through Norway, down into Sweden, and they took Warsaw.
Yeah, but they weren't even supposed to be in the war, because you're not allowed to call in players when they're not there for an offensive war.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, I had forgotten about that. That's a very good point.
Because I was like, the funny, it was Denmark's fault, because Denmark had access through me, I guess, from the AI. I'm like, how in the hell are they even calling through my land?
Yeah. Okay, I'll have to have a word with Calico, because that is a very good point. I'd totally forgotten about that. But they earned their place in that war. It was hilarious. I was having so much fun just watching Ethiopia's exploits. And Ethiopia destroyed Denmark's army. Like, twice.
Yeah. Which is funny, because they were like 6 techs behind.
Yeah.
Because I was like, he ended up like beating them a couple times, and I just laughed. I'm like, the difference between us and you is I stack wipe them, you just make them retreat.
That's true. Yeah, next session I think is going to be very interesting. We've already got one person coming in as an Ireland player. I'm trying desperately to get a French player.
I allied France. I was throwing alliances around just to see what would stick.
I'm not surprised. I mean, you kind of have to. You were a bit isolated.
Yeah, I think what's holding them off is the Mughals a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I do know Arabia's armies are in Italy. As my ships went by, I saw that. So, I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of mountain forts, but Asia might or might not come to my aid, because they are looking at some nice islands over there that they can siege down.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't think... I'm not sure if they're going to do it this week or not, because we only have, 25 minutes left?
Yeah.
So my guess is they're going to buy...
I mean...
until next week.
Multiplayer wisdom says don't start a war at the end of a session, so I don't think they will.
So maybe I should start it.
Yeah, I guess all of the diplomatic cards would be on your side, so maybe you should.
I mean, because honestly, there's not going to be much else I can do. Hey, France, do you want parts of Italy?
Oh, Denmark's at war. Taking down Sweden at last.
Yeah, I think he's also at war with Muscovy, though, which Muscovy might beat him.
Sweden, Muscovy, and Slavel, yeah.
Yeah, so...
So yeah, we could see the Danish interior Russian territories in the middle of you. Especially if he takes Muscovy as a vassal, that would make me laugh so hard.
He can't, unfortunately. Yeah, they're too big still. Otherwise, I would have done that a long time ago.
I was going to say, you would have done that a while ago. Ooh, that's a problem. Not for you, don't worry. I just saw a problem for another player.
Oh, no, they're all moving south. The Italian, maybe they're giving... Or they're just moving their troops back for...
Hi,
why are
how's
you
it
giving
going?
them access?
Hello, Prussia.
Hi.
Is the meeting over? Can all the Andalusian troops go back? And the
conference? I mean, we'll reconvene later.
You guys are hilarious.
The conference of peaceful intentions.
Anyway, Helsing, if you give us a chance, I think Fjord wants to say some stuff.
I'll head out.
Thanks.
Sure.
What's up?
Oh, not much, not much. I'm assuming you've seen the things.
So, this alliance with the Commonwealth, how's that going?
What alliance?
I said it from the start.
Well, yeah, and I never really planned on it. Wasn't really going to. Then he started joking and considering doing things like feeding Bohemia, Bavaria, enforcing a PU on me. He reneged on a deal over Hungary with Italy. He tried to tell me how to play Tropico 6. What else has he done? The biggest thing is everyone's just like, whoa, so scary. It's like, guys, come on. If someone's got to fight him, then might as well.
I mean, having Prussia on their side would certainly help. I mean, your armies are kind of ridiculous. Do you still have the 100% army tradition?
Yep.
Yeah, you do.
100 army tradition.
That's insane. Like, no wars, 100% army tradition. Sure.
Yep. All my forts are maxed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
well laid out too, I'm seeing. Good.
Mm-hmm. I tried to cover my bases. See, I wasn't planning on it, but I'm tired of people being like, we can't fight Hilson. He's just too strong. That annoys me. That really annoys me to no end. Not that I have anything against Hilson personally. I really don't. But it's like, if anyone's at a point where they're like, we can't fight this person, they're just too strong. That bugs me.
Why is Ireland fighting?
Ireland's allied with the Pope.
Oh, yeah, they are. Okay. Just can't take any territory. Cool. That's fine.
Yep. No, that's fine. We're going to white peace them.
Cool.
We got to wait for truces, unfortunately, for Helson.
Yeah, you didn't have a truce.
I don't know why, because we
never
did
had
that.
An alliance.
Yeah, well, we ended our alliance. We were allies at the start, but then Italy. To be fair, Italy was like, "Whoa, can't be allies anymore because I got to rival someone since France is gone."
Mm-hmm.
And I had stated from the start, if they're going to fight, I'm out. That's you guys. I'm not in on that. So I took that opportunity to end my alliance too.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm trying really hard to get a new France player, but we haven't got one yet.
I would like a France player, yes.
Yeah, restore the status quo in that area. Otherwise, it's just going to be a massive dog pile for French territories, and that could again change the balance of power in the area. Especially if, say, Portugal took a big chunk of Brittany or something.
Oh, definitely.
Or if Andalusia took southern France to take up Genoa, that could cause problems with Italy.
Oh, it could. There's a lot of things that could happen with a France player. Mm-hmm. So I would agree. I would want one too.
Yep.
But yeah, no, we're just in a waiting period at the moment.
Helson did have a bit of a chuckle that you guys declared war on the Papal States, hoping that Helson would join too.
Well, hoping, we figured he might break it, but I wondered if he wouldn't.
Well, he did take a prestige hit for doing that, didn't he?
Probably.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty hefty one too.
25, at least.
Oh, I love the Netherlands as being occupied by Bremen.
We will fix that.
Oh yeah, Bremen's being occupied by Prussia as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Bussy, there's a nice blue country here with your name on it. Just saying. If you're here next Sunday.
Yeah, no, we just have to wait for that. Or for some reason, the truces are actually working this time. They didn't with the war against the Dutch that I fought. Like I was able to call in Austria then immediately.
Really?
But even though they had a truce, yeah. But for some reason, I can't this time with people who are just fighting. So I don't know.
Huh? Strange.
It is strange. Yeah, I don't quite understand why one is acceptable, the other was not. There's probably some technical reason. But yeah, I thought I'd just show up and see if Helson's being all like, I'm being unfairly persecuted and stuff.
No, I think Helson's realised that he was that strong that it would take a coalition of players to take him down. He's kind of like, it was just a question of when, as opposed to if.
Yes. So, we all figured he knew. He would figure it out eventually anyway.
Yeah, I think everyone's just looking forward to next week now because big shenanigans are certainly going to happen.
Yes, definitely. All right, well, I just wanted to pop and say hi. See if you had anything to say.
Yep, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Here's to next week.
Yeah, here's to next week.
Bussy, no, the French player quit, so we do need a France. They are protected this week, which is why nobody's gobbling them up, but that protection ends next week. Need a GP player so the Dutch don't take England. England consists of one province. I don't think anyone's really going to be able to save that. And apparently next week we are going to get an Ireland player, so Ireland's going to be played. And then we've got all the majors filled again. with the exception of the Ottomans, but I don't think I would wish the Ottomans on anyone at the moment because they're just a buffer state between the superpower that is the Commonwealth and the superpower that is Arabia. That's Denmark. Denmark, Ireland, the Netherlands, Britain. And you were asking if the Commonwealth lost Defender of the Faith. Yes, the Commonwealth was the Defender of the Faith, and yes, reneging on defending the Pope broke their Defender of the Faith, so they are no longer. So they don't have that extra 5% morale of armies anymore. Although they can probably take it back pretty easily if they make the money. Oh, that's the point. Has Arabia paid their loans back yet? I suspect not. They are making a fair amount of money, and yeah, they paid most of it back already. Ireland will be attempting to form GB. I mean, they've got some serious work to do. I actually quite like how Britain's just been split between the three powers in much the same way as Iberia was, because we had Aragon, Andalusia, and then Portugal. Like, two of the very major players usually just completely divided fairly equally between players. Disappointed there isn't Orthodox Commonwealth. I don't think Orthodoxy even exists anymore. It's gonna get wiped out. The only Orthodox player is Muscovy, and Muscovy is on the way out. Catholicism is still pretty strong, thanks mostly to Helson. Oh, and Portugal. And Ireland. I'd forgotten that those two were Catholic. And Protestantism and Reformed are quite strong. Like, Reformed France with French elan. So using the war fervor with elan, with France, with high military tradition professionalism, is going to be a mega powerful military France. Now imagine if France went revolutionary including that. Ouch! Like, France has some serious stuff they can do. Ireland's the wrong culture group to form GB, isn't it? I don't think so. You can double check that. Since I remember. There we are. Culture. Oh, they are Celtic, you're right. It needs to be British culture group to form Britain. So no, they can't. In fact, we could even double check that by clicking on Ireland and going to their decisions and policies, and there is no form Great Britain. So no, they can't. Ireland is the final form for the Irish. It would be amazing if you could, Bussy. Like, you would be the player I would want as France. Because we know that you're good. And just having a very savvy player playing as such an important place. Like, you are surrounded by other interesting diplomatic things. This has been a great Europe, I have to say. Like, sometimes Europe can become a little bit entrenched and a little bit homogenous. Not this time. Like, it's been a constantly shifting sands of different alliances and intrigue and stuff going on. Gotho is cool. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, if you could let us know in a day or two if you can't, Bussy, that would be great, because then I can bring in someone else. But otherwise, I will pencil you in, because I think you would be awesome there. The one thing that France doesn't have is colonies. Like, they never went colonial. So you're entirely a continental power. With all the benefits that does bring. Like, all of your ideas are going to be continental. Oh no, the AI has taken exploration, but hasn't actually finished any of the ideas yet, so you can switch that one out. Defensive, economic, offensive, and espionage. Well, you are going to be fairly wealthy. And you haven't actually taken that many in espionage, so you could cancel it if you wanted to. But even then, with the rebel support efficiency and the privateering bonuses that you can get, and the embargo bonuses... Damn it, peer pressure. Yes, lots of peer pressure. Klemf is out of sync. We've only got 10 minutes to go, so I don't think that's going to matter too much. And Vijay, I don't believe is any major wars. No, Vijay is currently at peace. We do have some wars still ongoing in Europe, though. I think this is just the war that's going on against... Nope. Portugal is going after Cocomas again, trying to secure more of Mexico. Hello.
Mordred, we lost VJ. Do you want to continue, save, or quit?
Save it, but then continue.
Alright, got it.
Do it, Bussy. More peer pressure. Thank you very much for the bits there for Onyx. Ireland's not endgame tag, so they could change primary culture to Welsh or Scottish, I believe. That England's been completely wiped out. Has English been wiped out? That's kind of hilarious. English has not been wiped out. It still exists. In the Marches and also in Mordredtopia is very English. Calico has lost almost 1 million manpower to attrition. This doesn't surprise me. Marching around with 117,000 man stacks will tend to do that. It's not exactly conducive to high manpower armies. Or nations. I'm amazed that all of the Pacific Islands have just been gobbled up. Usually Indonesia gets gobbled up, then the Pacific. Not this time.
So Mordred, he's trying to join back in. What do you want to do? Because I mean, by the time he gets in, it'd be over with.
True. Well, shall we just stop it here and then we can start next time?
Might as well. Yeah. I mean, nothing's going on, right?
No, I think this is a good stopping point. All right, let's end it here.
You bringing everybody here, or are you going somewhere else?
I will bring everyone into the dwarves. Hello, 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 hello. Whoops, hello. I just deleted the dwarves. No, I didn't. I just moved them around. Hello, 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 hello.
No.
Okay.
Hello. Why are we doing this 10 minutes early? I'm confused.
Hello, because Vijay crashed out, and it seemed like a pretty good stopping point.
Can we piece it out 99% war?
Yes, you can piece out in your war. That's fine.
No, it'll take a second to conquer Corsica, so...
No, you're not allowed to peace out. You're never allowed to peace out.
Wars must stay between weeks. Don't you know this?
Yes, it's those times, Bussy. I'm trying to get Bussy to play as France, so hopefully we'll have a France player.
Nice. That would be nice.
Nice.
And Pharaonix is going to be joining as Ireland, so Ireland's already been filled.
Right.
Oh, good.
Wait.
Somebody to play as Moon.
Yes, we have a France. Thank you, Bussy. Okay, so both of the major powers that were missing have been filled.
Good.
Nice. Wow. Nice army tradition, Prussia. Jesus Christ.
Thank you.
100.
Yeah, that's just from his forts as well. That's the scary
Yep.
thing.
Yeah, I can be at peace and maintain that.
I'm trying to build my forts up to the level that I can do that, but
I thought it was only
to be
Prussia that
fair.
could do it. Can you do it as well?
Anyone can.
yeah,
if you have
anyone,
enough
anyone
forts,
can. You just need
probably.
enough money to pay for your forts.
Well, the forts
Yeah.
only
You
give
just
you
have to
+1. You do need to have a national idea, I think.
If you take all of the various ideas that boost army tradition and reduce decay, you could probably do it, but that's a lot of focus.
Oh, one more month and I could get the next idea. Okay.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
I have the second highest morale in the known world.
Yes.
Yeah, mine's dipped a bit.
Actually, that's
You're
something I haven't
probably
looked at
just
for a while.
behind France.
No,
Probably
I'm just behind Liège.
Oh.
Alright, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna
France is actually...
The edge. Oh my
Let's
god.
go ahead, Mordred. What?
I'm going to go through a couple of categories. So the wealthiest nation at the moment is Arabia. The strongest army in terms of tradition, Prussia, the natives, and the... No, that doesn't count. It's just Prussia. In terms of professionalism, Musica, the Commonwealth, and Prussia. The strongest army in the world currently is Ming. Of the players, it's Arabia, not the Commonwealth. It's interesting.
We learned Ming the hard way. 92 step.
I have so many things to say about that war. So yeah, you guys might want to watch the video on demand after this, because I do say quite a lot. The largest navy in the world is, unsurprisingly, Portugal.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so close. I'm so close.
Although Arabia has the largest heavy fleet.
Really?
How big is Portugal's fleet?
And the highest naval morale is Portugal, Denmark, and Genoa.
GLC is third highest heavies.
Whoa, good grief, but Denmark has 20% durability bonus.
Yeah.
That's actually quite scary.
Japan has 30.
And just because I think it's kind of hilarious, the most units lost by attrition by a player is Arabia, with almost a
It's got to be
million.
Calendar.
Yeah, but they're all mercenaries, so it's fine.
Insane.
Mercenaries.
1.8 million total.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Lost a quarter of
Like,
that.
we just have so many men. We just,
Well, most lost to rebels. I think that's Moogles.
The next most is Vijay, who have half of that, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I blame the AI.
It's an honor for me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Who's lost the most ships? That's a good question. Arabia has also lost the most ships.
Yeah,
That's not hard when you have the ships.
That's because I had an entire light fleet and then they got ambushed by the Ottomans. They had like 50 galleys. I was like, what? And they just lost them.
That's generally what the Ottomans do, yes. Although you are only 2 ships ahead of Denmark, who's also lost 133.
I've
And then
lost a
Andalusia,
trade fleet or
apparently.
two as well.
Yep.
Denmark hasn't lost enough ships.
I've been very navally active.
Nah, it's just I can build them really quickly and really cheaply.
Well, yeah, because it's all light ships. They're just like hordes of
Yeah.
I just lost all my ships at the start.
Like, Val, how much do you pay for your navy? Mine's like half the size. What should you pay?
Barely anything.
Alright, well this is an interesting stat. Who do you think makes
Naval
the most money
maintenance.
from trade?
Portugal.
Yeah.
Denmark.
Portugal.
Portugal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Portugal.
Mhm. And I don't even have happy burgers at the moment.
Denmark's trade income's not even on the front page.
Blah. No, I was meaning Netherlands.
Oh.
I did that thing again that everyone
Yeah,
in
it's
Europe
Portugal,
hates.
Arabia, Netherlands.
Also, looks like I'm going to be punching Denmark in the face next session because they're in my trade node again.
Oh, I just ordered them to stop. Like
Wow.
10 seconds ago.
Ternate has 66% mercantilism.
Harvest it everywhere, man.
Aha!
Garrett's still alive.
Apparently,
It is still
the polls can outproduce it. Everybody at 82 ducats.
Nice.
I'm still mad that Luristan's alive.
Yeah, it is still alive. I like their Vision Argars just kind of cradling them. Don't you dare touch Tirhut. Anyway, I think that this is probably a good spot to end the stream. So thank you everyone for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit that follow button so that you get notifications when we are live again in the future. The next multiplayer will be next Sunday, 3 PM British Summer Time until 6 PM-ish, so now. I will be back again streaming tomorrow. I haven't created my schedule yet, so I don't know exactly what, so stay tuned to the description below where I'll be posting that schedule, or on my Discord, which you can find at the Discord link. If you want to come and hang out with us as a community, you can do that at that Discord as well. I have a YouTube channel where you can find this series being uploaded currently if you missed any of the events leading to this point. Plus, there are loads of other games if you wish to see some Europa Universalis Crusader Kings, Hearts of Iron, Total War Attila, Total War Warhammer, and many, many others. Then I also have a Patreon. If you want to support the channel financially, you can do that there, or of course you can become a subscriber here on Twitch. Streaming will be tomorrow at 10 PM, Dana. Actually, I don't have Scouts, so it could be at 5 PM. Wait and see. I'll decide later. I want to have some dinner.
And more to let you know, we will have a Hungary player next week.
A Hungary?
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
Who's that?
The same person who plays Ireland. I think he swapped.
No,
No, one of my followers that was playing in the multiplayer on Saturdays is going to take over Hungary.
Oh, cool. I'm down for
I
that.
just noticed.
Nice.
I can declare war on Tirhut.
No!
Bad. This is
he's blackmailing Mordred.
Oh wait, I can't. I have a Regency Council.
If you declare we're a tier hut, you'll find there will suddenly be a tier hut player.
no longer a host.
No. Well, maybe I'll do both. I'll use my godlike abilities to really do some damage. Might even give myself console rights.
You can't.
Shut up, Val!
Alright, bye everyone.
Tirhut is the new gen.
Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I will leave this right here. Thank you everyone for playing, and I'll see you guys next week, or if you're watching tomorrow. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I will be back. Oh,
let me just turn off the Discord.
I still have the most provinces.